The BenQ EW3280U may be one of BenQ's entertainment monitors, but thanks to its amazing color reproduction, extensive feature set, and reasonable pricing, this 4K multimedia display has you covered in all areas of your computer life. A higher refresh rate and an articulating stand are two things you might miss, but the rest of it is excellent enough to let you overlook those drawbacks. In the course of testing this monitor, I spent a Saturday afternoon watching the NASA and SpaceX crewed mission that sent astronauts into orbit from American soil for the first time in almost 10 years. I carefully picked up a monitor to watch the live feed for the occasion. I had about a dozen options, including my personal monitors and those I've been testing while working from home during the pandemic. I chose the EW3280U because of its huge screen, great resolution, decent video, and superb sound quality, and I'm glad I did. The native UHD resolution of the 32-inch 10-bit in-plane switching flat panel, 3840 by 2160 pixels, or 16 by 9 widescreen aspect ratio, are what that is. Its 138 pixels per inch (ppi) pixel density is adequate for entertainment, gaming, and simple photo editing. With a matte black cabinet and a base and bottom bezel that are bronze in color, the EW3280U frame is uncomplicated and aesthetically pleasing. The monitor weighs 17.9 pounds, and has dimensions of 20.6 by 28.6 by 8 inches when it is mounted to a stand. Although the stand can tilt, it does not swivel, rotate, or vary in height. The bottom textured bezel is 1.3 inches thick, while the top and side bezels are thin. The base is a rectangular ring that supports the monitor, and also doubles as a container for the remote and other small items. There are two HDMI 2.0 connectors, one DisplayPort input, one USB Type-C port, and an audio out jack among the EW3280U's very limited number of ports. The USB-C port can offer up to 60 watts of electricity, which is sufficient to fast charge a laptop, while also showing material from it through the connection. It also allows data transfer and visual input using the DisplayPort over USB protocol. The EW3280U can be controlled in a number of ways. A tiny joystick controller situated near the monitor's lower right corner is located on the back and can be used to manipulate the on-screen display. The supplied handheld remote is much simpler to use. It allows you to quickly access the on-screen display menus, enable HDR sound options, and adjust the volume. On the left edge of the monitor's bottom, close to the volume control wheel, there is likewise one. 7 options are available from the on-screen display's main menu. You may switch between the HDMI, DisplayPort, and USB-C inputs under Input. You can adjust things like sharpness, contrast, and brightness using the picture menu. 11 different color options, including standard, low blue light, 3 gaming modes, 2 custom modes, and M-Book, are available in the color menu. Display HDR, Cinema HDR imaging, Game HDR imaging, and offer other HDR modes that you can choose from. 5 different audio modes, Live Pop, Cinema, Dialogue Vocal, Game, and Rock Party, can be selected from the audio menu, in addition to volume control and sound muting. Access to the low blue light setting and several other similar adjustments is available. Last but not least is the custom key menu, which allows you to configure 2 programmable color modes. The system menu allows you to manage FreeSync USB-C configuration, on-screen display settings, and other options. BenQ's unique HDR imaging technology is developed to enhance the viewing of HDR material. While HDR increases a scene's contrast and dynamic range, the capacity to depict fine variations in light or shadow, HDR imaging aims to improve HDR photographs even further. HDR imaging consists of both software and hardware components. The monitor's bottom bezel has a sensor that analyzes ambient light, allowing the EW3280U to alter the brightness of the screen in reaction to changing circumstances. A more even image is produced by HDR imaging, because it often brightens dark areas without overexposing bright ones. Depending on the displayed material, it also automatically adjusts color saturation and balance. The EW3280U comes with a 3-year parts, labor, and backlight warranty from BenQ, a DisplayPort to mini DisplayPort cable, USB Type-C cable, and an HDMI 2.0 cable are all included with the display. With good cause, BenQ stresses the EW3280U's audio system. Any built-in audio is, for the majority of displays, at best an afterthought. If built-in speakers are even included, they frequently sound thin, have poor low frequency, bass, response, and distort at higher volumes, if they can even do so. Many built-in speakers sound muted or soft even when they are turned up all the way. If open-air audio quality is a problem, we often advise monitor purchasers to purchase a set of powered external speakers. However, it is unlikely that you will want to do that with the EW3280U. The dual 2-watt speakers and 5-watt subwoofer of the EW3280U will likely satisfy the majority of users. The monitor offers the 5 audio modes stated above by using digital signal processing. I played a variety of songs and music videos, including many with pronounced bass lines, to test the system, including School Days by Stanley Clarke, I Wish by Stevie Wonder, Another One Bites the Dust by Queen, and Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. The audio system's peak volume was sufficient to fill my apartment with rich sound, and it has excellent bass and very good treble response, at least on par with what I heard with the BenQ EX2780U. The audio out port allows you to connect additional speakers, but for many customers, the EW3280U's superior built-in audio system will be the primary motivator for purchase. Its luminance was 207.6 nits in standard color mode, and 338 nits when display HDR was turned on when I measured it. With a contrast ratio of 1087 by 1, it marginally outperformed its rating. The EW3280U covered 99.9% of the sRGB color space in our color gamut testing. The triangle's area corresponds to the boundaries of the sRGB color space. BenQ claims that the DCI-P3 color space, which is intended for cinema video, is 95% covered by the EW3280U. To see how we test monitors, I also watched a few pieces from our collection of test videos, and looked at some pictures on my Dell XPS 13 laptop. HDR video played smoothly on the EW3280U, and was noticeably brighter and more contrasty than when I watched the identical material in standard definition mode. BenQ's HDR enhancement, Cinema HDR imaging, was comparable to Displitter. In some scenes, Cinema HDR imaging displayed better contrast, while Displitter performed better in others. Photos yielded similar results, with Cinema HDR imaging and Display HDR both producing them. The EW3280U is suitable for casual gaming, although it lacks many functions that are specific to gaming. Contrary to the BenQ EX2780U, which enables refresh rates of up to 144 Hz, it supports AMD FreeSync adaptive sync technology, but is only capable of 60 Hz refresh rates. Nevertheless, the EW3280U handled gameplay and some canned benchmark runs with Final Fantasy XV and Far Cry 5, with little to no artifacting. I alternated between Game HDR imaging, Cinema HDR imaging, Display HDR, and SDR modes. The contrast was generally best in Cinema HDR imaging. The BenQ EW3280U is a significant improvement over the BenQ EW3270U as a high-resolution, large-screen entertainment monitor. It includes a much better sound system with good bass and treble response, the company's HDR enhancement, and a handheld remote for simple control of sound and color. It boasts a larger panel and greater resolution than the editor's choice BenQ EX2780U, which makes it an excellent option for watching movies, music videos, and other entertainment, where impactful sound and picture quality are vital. However, it does not support the high refresh rates of that model. It merits editor's choice status as a 32-inch entertainment monitor. If you have any questions, we will expect them in the comments. Have a nice day and see you soon.